New from Amazon, the people who brought you the Alexa and pretty much all of your stuff. We are pleased to introduce you to Tyler.
Oh my God, shut up.
Tyler is for people without a need for an Alexa or a teenager in their house. Tyler, what time is it?
It's your mama clock. Shh. Stop bothering me.
Tyler is absolutely no help at all. Really? None. Tyler, how do I get to the grocery store?
Oh my God, would you please just get out? I hate you. By the way, we're out of food.
Tyler, the newest, well, I guess assistant from Amazon.
Your mom's a new assistant.
Yeah.
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on DVN Production Empire and also on YouTube and Facebook. We're live. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to. Yeah, we started a couple of minutes late.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's okay.
You know what? I thank you so much for allowing me to be a couple minutes late because there was just so much going on and I couldn't keep up with it all. And it was scary in the world. And yeah, you know, stupid takes time to get formed.
It's okay. I've been watching Chef Show all day long.
Oh, the John Favreau thing.
Yeah, they released a new volume, and I was like, "Well, that's my day."
They released it today.
Yeah.
Damn it!
And I'm like,
I gotta go to work.
Right. I'm gonna watch that, and I want to watch Enola Holmes.
Oh, I'm busy, so I can't watch that. I guess. You know. You get it? You know what I'm saying? Deep.
I do. In fact know what you're saying.
Not me.
I went to dinner last night, and
in today's climate,
I know the person I was with ordered the same thing as me, and I guess I didn't illustrate it correctly. I said to the server, like, well, what are we gonna do? I go, what do you want? You want the chicken club? She said, yeah, chicken club. I said, yeah, we'll do the chicken clubs. And then she goes, is that it? And I was like, should there be more? Like, that's a lot of food. Then the order comes, and it's a single chicken club.
Wow.
And then like when it just came, she's like, oh, I thought you were splitting the sandwich. I want to be like, look at me. Do I look like I'm splitting a sandwich? Like,
yeah, half for my left hand, half for my right hand.
I do get it though. I do get it because that made more sense when she's like, "Oh, is that all?" I was like, "Oh, those are big sandwiches, but okay."
But here you are being an idiot and not picking up what she's putting down.
Well, she put down one sandwich. She needed two.
Well, then that's the thing. You couldn't even pick it up. You had to let the other person have it.
I did. I let her have it because I'm a gentleman.
This is why I don't order two of the same thing.
Yeah.
I say this is mine. There's a line of demarcation.
The worst time ever when I went on a date, I went to Use Mandarin in Schaumburg. So good. Such a
used Mandarin, like
no, it's called Use YU apostrophe S.
Yeah, USED. It's like the Mandarin leftovers from the next door. They're like, "Hey, welcome to Mandarin," and our sister restaurant Used Mandarin.
But it was always great too because like one of the reasons why I love that place is like everybody was like they were all from boat China, you know, like they clearly come from there.
Is that a city in China?
Yeah, but they come from there. They it was completely like authentic Chinese food. It was really good, but the servers wore names like Frank or Mario. They had the name tags, or Steve.
Yeah. And
I was just always like, what's your name? You know, and everything like that. But I said to somebody, she's like, I asked my date, I go, oh, what are you thinking about? She's like, I'm going to get like sweet and sour chicken. I said, oh, that's good. I go, I usually get the sesame chicken here. It's my favorite. She goes, ooh, that sounds good. So then she's like, I'm going to run to the bathroom. If the server comes, go ahead and order for me. And I said, sure. Then the server came and I ordered sweet and sour chicken. I ordered sesame chicken.
Yeah, you
and
fucked up, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Yes, you
She
did.
I said, so then they bring this, he's like, sweet and sour chicken, puts it down, sesame chicken, and then she goes to grab like sesame chicken. And I was like, I thought the sweet and sour chicken is what you want. She's like, well, I did. And then you said, you talked about the sesame chicken, and I said, oh, that's good. And I was like, well, that's not really a confirmation of ordering a dish.
Right.
Like, oh, I'll have that as well. Or, oh, and then she proceeded to eat it. And it was hilarious because the owner who knew me, and he was always hilarious because like it was like my first date place.
Yeah.
And every time I came in, he would act like he hadn't seen me like 2 weeks before with like another girl. And he's like, oh, he's like, Mr. Patrick, it's been so long since I've seen you. He's like, you must be a very special girl to come here. He only brings very special girl. And I was like, all right, you're laying it on a little thick, dude. But he came over to check to see if everything's okay. And he's like, did they get it wrong? I'm like, someone got it wrong.
Yeah.
And someone
was me and her here.
Needless to say, we never saw each other again.
Man, I was like, ooh, that sounds good.
Ask me what her name was.
Hey, Patrick, what was her name?
I don't know. She stole my chicken.
I do. You know that little did you know that was the first take on When Harry Met Sally, and the whole restaurant scene, and the girl just goes to the lady who goes to the waitress. She goes, "That sounds good." And the waitress was like, "Yeah, I know."
You know that was Rob Reiner's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his mom, and then he actually had to show Meg Ryan
his dick
how to do that.
What?
Like he kind of Rob Reiner did like a take with it for her, just to kind of show him exactly like show her exactly what he wanted from the take. And he's like, I never felt where they're like basically, you know, pretending to have an orgasm in front of my mom.
Well, you know, if you're gonna look into the eyes of someone and feel real shame, might as well get the high score.
I agree.
She's like, I'm gonna pass on what he's having. That's
right.
That doesn't sound good.
That does not sound good.
You know, it also doesn't sound good.
A segue. Ew.
Yeah, we're talking poop knives.
Poop knife?
You're not gonna find another podcast that's out here talking about poop knives. No. Welcome to Stupid's Talking Stupid. 100% of the poop knife news in the world. We
read the poop knife so you don't have to.
Mm-hmm. We smell the news so you don't have to.
Because you don't want to.
Our hands are dirty so yours can stay clean and steal Patrick's chicken.
Yeah, right.
Have you heard of the Ig Nobel Prize ceremony?
The what?
Ig Nobel. It's like it's a different version of the
Ig Nobel.
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to pronounce it. Like
saying, we're gonna say it. We're gonna say it right.
Okay, well, my way sounds good. It's they celebrate science that makes you laugh and then makes you think. A research team from Kent State University and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History took the prize in material science for making and testing knives out of frozen human feces, aka the poop knife.
But it's gonna thaw.
Well, hey, you know what? You don't know until you try, Patrick. This is science. Now you stay with me here, all right? Their study was published in the Journal of Archaeological Science Reports in October of 2019, and it details the process of freezing and molding a knife out of human poop and testing its ability to cut through pig hide. I know what you're saying. Oh, I thought of that last week. Why didn't I do it? Like when me and my friends sit around, we always talk about the most interesting things. Like we should make poop knives. You know, right. People would watch us make poop knives. Their inspiration for it, there's a book called Shadows of the Sun by anthropologist Wade Davis, and the novel details the tribulations of an old Inuit man who they tried to force him from his home, and he didn't leave, so his family took away all of his tools to try to be like, oh, you can't survive here with nothing, so you got to come now. And he's like, nah, fuck it.
Inuit bullying.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta cut food with poop.
he decided to make his own tools, not out of rocks or sticks or everything around him. He just decided to start pooping on ice and honed the feces into a frozen blade, which he then sharpened with a spray of saliva. So he's just shitting, freezing it, forming it, and then spitting on it, going, there's a knife.
That's why no one liked him.
I see you've played knifey poopy before.
Ew. Yeah. That's why nobody liked that dude. He's like, we need a poop knife. They're like, all right, we're taking
Tim, come on. Enough with the poop knife.
It brings a new meaning to we're taking all of your shit.
No.
All of it?
Ooh.
All of it?
Like a serrated knife is just a knife with corn in it?
I don't even know when I had corn, but this knife is cutting this bread like butter.
No, the knife is just melting. Oh, gross.
Ew.
So,
but how does it get cold?
Here's the thing, man. So this is what the lead researcher did, right? He ate an Arctic diet high in protein and fatty acids for 8 days and then began collecting his poop at day 4 for 5 days. The poop was then shaped into a knife using molds or by hand shaping it. And then they stored the knives at negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit before trying to cut pig hide. It turns out none of the knives were able to cut through the hide. They made some, at best, shallow slices, but that was it.
It's a shitty knife.
You son of a bitch. You get out of here.
No,
you get out of here.
Come on.
We're talking
it's literally a shitty
You
knife.
be serious when we're talking about poop knives, you son of a bitch. The team concluded that
Go ahead.
The team concluded knives manufactured from frozen human shit are not functional. They gave the knives the best possible chance to succeed. However, the one thing they didn't do is the saliva used in the Inuit man's account, it was not used in their studies. So, you know what? Maybe the Inuit man, maybe Tim, the Inuit, the Timuit, he's got this special kind of knife spit that, like, when he spits, like, maybe he was a low grade superhero. Like, when he spits on things, they get sharp. I mean, they get bad. I don't know. All of a sudden, he's got a poop knife and it's working. These guys.
If you could do any kind of superpowered thing with your spit, what would it be?
I think I'd make something disappear. Only the surface that the spit is on, though. So if it's a big old loogie, I can probably disappear like a dinner roll. But if it's
what's
the
purpose of that, though?
Yeah, it's like
someone took a fraction of that dinner roll out. Like, you'd always have to have water on you.
Yeah, well, I mean,
right? It's like you stay right there. I'm gonna make you disappear.
Water, please. This guy's being a dick. I want to spit all over his tiny hands.
You wait right there. I'm building up a good one. It's gotta cover you. Hold on.
Yeah, but if you spit like right in the middle of someone's wrist and their hand is just fucking useless. So I mean, that's something.
Does it disappears? Like, so
think of the movie that was that Jack Black movie where he made poo pourri, where he sprayed it on dog poop and it disappeared.
Okay.
I'm thinking like that. It's like something very innocuous. So you could just, spit on some dog shit and it disappears. That could be neat. You never know.
I think I'd want to spit fire.
Like, you want to rap?
I get to choose when I can.
Oh, yeah. So, like, when the beat hits you right, you're like, oh, my name is Patrick. I'm coming at you. That's how it works, right?
MC Poop Knife.
MC Poop Knife.
I tell you, you're not going to see Poop Knife on, like, Cosmos. Like, they're talking about the Inuit tribe of whatever.
I thought you meant the drink. Like, you get a Cosmo at the bar. There's like a poop knife.
No. Like the show Cosmos, like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
yeah. No, if you watch that show,
no,
you should. It's great because he speaks with everything so like this and talking about the world on the cosmic calendar. It's only 15 seconds ago that dinosaurs roamed the earth, and here he comes. He's got a poop knife.
Some other notable winners from 2020. We have the Peace Prize, which was awarded to the governments of India and Pakistan, because the governments of India and Pakistan ring each other's doorbells in the middle of the night and then run away before anyone had a chance to answer the door. So they got a Peace Prize for that.
That's fighting words. Honestly, they should get a peace prize for every year they don't blow each other up because they do not enjoy one another.
I'm going to tell you about this one, though. There is a management prize that was given to some people in China. Are you ready to follow the trail for how they got this management prize?
Sure.
5 professional hitmen in China manage a contract for a hit job in the following way. After accepting payment to perform the murder, guy number 1 then instead subtracted the task to guy number 2, who then subcontracted to number 3, who then subtracted to number 4, who then subtracted to number 5, with each subsequently enlisting the hitman getting smaller percentage of the fee, but then nobody actually performed the murder. And just because they all got booked to do the job and then no one actually died, like, hey, you get an award, look at you. That's that trick.
You were going to kill him. I thought you were going to kill him. No, he told me to kill him.
If you get bored, you can look up all these winners. This has been going back since 1991.
Wow.
Yeah, like let's see 1991. So I mean, you can look it up, the Ig Nobel Prize winners. And if you want to just see some, like, you think like, I'm never gonna win a Nobel Prize, but you can win something for doing stupid stuff. Like, you could make a poop knife. You out here thinking you can't make a poop knife, Patrick? I believe in you.
I believe in you.
So now, if you could, Patrick, I do have a bit of a play for us to read.
Okay.
Because there is a 28-year-old woman named Emily Owings who got pulled over for not wearing her seatbelt. Okay. I would like for you to read this you will be reading the red text. I want you to read this as a Southern woman who is angry about the meal she just ate. All right. Okay. Now, remember, you are the red lines.
Got it.
Your license is suspended.
Why?
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Now, I'm waiting to see if you have warrants through Woods County.
Oh, Lord, but I have to poop so bad.
Where do you think I was going?
It's my birthday. It's my fucking birthday.
Police then discover there's a warrant.
Why won't you? Oh, yeah.
Police then discover there's a warrant out for her arrest for allegedly fighting an officer.
My word, why won't you just let me go? Stirs tea in her hands. She's got iced sweet tea.
Because your license is suspended.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Otherwise, I won't drive no more. But can I please go home and poop?
The officer then called for backup. If I can get you to step out of the vehicle for me.
Are you going to arrest me?
You are under arrest.
Are you kidding me? Why?
You have warrants in Woods County, and they're coming to get you.
No, they are not. Fuck you guys.
Owens put the key in the ignition and sped off. A pursuit lasted several blocks with speeds topping 70 miles per hour. Police say Owens blew through stop signs in a school zone. She eventually stopped and surrendered when officers pointed their guns at her. Owens would not let the subject drop until she was cuffed and then taken to the squad car.
Can I poop in your car, man?
You could have already been on your way to jail.
Yeah, but not pooping.
And unsurprisingly, they found a pipe with meth inside of it.
No.
I know. You just think these people are going to be just charming and wonderful and never have anything wrong with them. But, you know, sometimes you got to you got to poop. When you got to poop, Patrick, you tend to just smoke some meth and do high-speed chases.
Well, that's how I do it. That's how you know. That's how you know it's Wednesday.
Speaking of meth. Oh, Florida.
Yeah. Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida. Florida moms and dads are misbehaving when it comes to virtual classrooms, Patrick. Could you believe it? I couldn't. I was so surprised.
Entire generation of children taught by day drinkers.
Well, if it was just day drinking, it'd probably be, okay. But here's the thing. They've been spotted smoking weed, drinking, and walking around half naked in the background, in the back of their kids' online classes. all these classes, which are open to everyone in the classroom. And for some reason, they're recording every single classroom.
It's my house. It's my house.
Okay, but ma'am, I'm going to need you to put your shirt on because you're being broadcasted to 28 other children.
Well, we can learn anatomy.
Okay, but
anatomy.
This is a 3rd grade English class.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I can help you spell it. Anatomy.
You know, you got farther along than I thought you would with the spelling.
Anatomy.
Anatomy. They had to. One of the teachers was expressing to all the parents, saying, "Parents, please make sure you have on proper clothing when you walk around behind your child's computer because we've seen them in drawers, their bras, and everything else."
I'm wearing a thong. That's my at-home attire.
Yeah, but sir, it's on your head and not covering your nether regions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. In Trump's America, we can wear whatever we want. We can say whatever we want. We can do whatever we want.
Sir,
I wrote a whole song about it. It goes like this. In Trump's America, we can do whatever we want. We can wear whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. Trump.
Oh, hold on. You want to? Yeah, we can do whatever we want. Yeah.
Trump. Oh, I was gonna do it.
Yeah, I know, but didn't want to deal with it. She said that other parents are puffing giant joints walking around the back, and they got mothers walking around with exposed ankle monitors, just showing kids.
Oh, come on, hide that thing.
If you got to be home, I'm staying home too.
So I'm trying to teach the children what not to do. Don't be like me, kids.
You might be stuck in the house all the time. Oh, wait.
Now, where's my broom? I need to go get the mail.
She gets it out. She's like, I can't read this. What's that say to you? Anatomy. They said, parents, when you're helping your children at the computer, please do not appear with big joints in your hands. These joints are as big as cigars. And someone said, I had a father, no shirt, drinking a beer at 11:45 in the morning.
5 o'clock somewhere.
I mean,
Jimmy Buffett said that.
I've got a lot of friends on my Facebook feed, and people sending me snaps of them like drinking beers, like at least in the middle of the afternoon, going, "Ooh, this at home learning is some real bullshit."
Dude, it's rough though, man. I mean, like I think the biggest problem with this whole thing is it's being like the coronavirus being downplayed is these parents are like, I'm just gonna risk it. I don't want to teach this little bastard any math anymore. Yeah. Because first of all, it's Common Core.
Mm-hmm.
And Common Core sucks.
Yep.
Like, I'm good at math and Common Core. I had to look up things.
Oh, you're good at math? What's 7 + 2?
Well, depending on which you use. I would say 9. However, hold on a second. I need to get a box and I need to, I'll tell you in about 35 minutes. I was talking about Common Core math with somebody and they said, I made the comment. I said, I'd like to slap whatever guy came up with Common Core math.
Oh, you said this last week.
Did I talk that last week?
Yeah.
It still pisses me off. It still pisses me off.
A Johns Hopkins University professor, Elisa Grossman, said that we found parents who are stressed by having to help their children with distance learning during the pandemic drink 7 more drinks per month than parents who did not report feeling stressed by distance learning.
Oh, shut up. It's a White Claw in a big gulp.
Look, I'm only having 1 drink. It's like it's 3 times the size of your head.
This is just Truly.
You're an 111-pound woman. You do not need to drink half a gallon of wine.
It's just Truly. Don't worry about
it. It's low calorie. You'll be fine.
It's low calorie. It's good for the anatomy.
It's not good for the anatomy. Trees that can hurt you.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a spider the size of a tree. I go, that tracks.
I know, but here's the thing: we are talking
Bad
about
tracks of 2020.
we're talking about goddamn Australia.
Oh, every time.
Yeah, yeah. Just wait till you hear about this, right? So there's a tree. The proper name for it is the Dendrocnide excelsa. But
That doesn't sound Australian.
I know, but you know what its Australian name is?
What?
Gempe Gempe.
Of course it is.
Like, we want to call this tree Gimpy. Ooh, that could be troublesome. Let's call it twice and add a hyphen, so it's a totally different thing.
It's totally fine.
That's why I call Patrick stupid.
That's right.
It's not an
otherwise it's rude.
Ooh, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how to tell you this, but you've gotten real fat.
Well, thank you for saying it that way. With the hyphen, everything's better. Everything's better with a hyphen.
Everything's better with the hyphen.
I was waiting
bad
for
news with the hyphen. What?
I was waiting for it to be on beat, but that's okay. You could just go whenever.
Oh, you know what? You didn't go, so I just figured.
I was waiting for the 5.
But when you say we started this show out and you said, I wish I could speak fire, I've given you the opportunity twice now. And you know what, Patrick? There's no fire being spit.
It's because I didn't want to at the point. Remember, it was only if I wanted to.
Oh, okay. You keep pulling that lame ass shit. So this is tree, the Gempe.
Yeah, stop being such an asshole.
So this is this tree that's got these little it look like little fine hairs on all the leaves, but it turns out they're like millions of little hypodermic needles that inject toxins into you. So if you actually
Australia, dude, why it's such a beautiful place, but it's out trying to kill us. Yeah. Like there's so many aspects just trying to murder you.
Like all these little needles that inject the toxins. So the sting from the leaves that gives you an intense burning. It changes after several hours to a pain that's like being having the area that's affected, having it slammed in a car door, which may last for days or even weeks. So imagine you get this a little bit, you touch it with your hand. It'll feel like your hand for like up to weeks that it got slammed in a car door. Just constant pain.
Why do these trees exist still?
I don't know.
Because obviously they can't take them down because they fight back.
Seriously, it's like
get yourself a body armor suit and go in and cut that bitch down.
I mean, we got beekeeper costumes. Can we get like a tree keeper outfit?
Tree keeper. I could call it the Trooper Keeper.
How dare you? Irina Vetter is an associate professor at the University of Queensland's Institute for Molecular Bioscience. Okay. Said the Australian stinging tree species are particularly notorious. I know, but she's androgynous.
You want to feminine up that voice a little bit?
I'm sorry, I can't do your voice. The Australian stinging tree species are particularly notorious for producing an excruciatingly painful sting.
That sounds Australian-Irish. That's an Australian-Irish chimney sweep, is what you just did.
Yep, but you know what? You got the information about the goddamn
tree. I didn't understand a goddamn word of it, but it's fine.
You know what? Matthew's going to know it. Whenever he wakes up and listens to this, he's going to be like, oh, I know about the stinging trees. Yeah, he sounded perfectly. Unfortunately, he's not in the chat right now to refute that. So I'm just going to have to say that I am totally right.
Because he's being all lazy and sleeping.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing going wrong in Australia. No, we're talking about when you go to sleep at night, you think you're safe. Patrick, do you fucking think you're safe at night when you're sleeping?
Yeah, because I live in Australia and the trees are trying to murder me.
Well, yeah, the trees are outside. I'm talking about when you're asleep in your goddamn bed.
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Well, if you lived in Coolalinga, which awesome name, like awesome. There's this woman
we're
named
explicit, but are we able to talk about that out there?
Emily
Like
Hines.
something like McConaughey would say. I was like, it's like I'd get you home, get a little coonalinga.
A little Kolanga.
That's all right, all right, all right.
So we do it on the beach. The waves crashing down around you, the moon bigger than anything I've ever seen before.
Never drove a Lincoln till now. The new Lincoln Coonalinga.
Automatic wipers when it senses moisture.
Do you drive a Lincoln? It'd be a lot Coonalinga if you did.
So get out of here, you son of a bitch. I can't deal with you.
I just had to search around for it for a little bit, but they found it.
So Emily Hines, she was sleeping off at 2 a.m. She woke up feeling like she had a hair clip in her head, and she's thinking like, why do the kids just put a hair clip in their head when she was asleep? But she reached up and it's like, oh, there's a smooth thing up here. It's definitely not a hair clip. Every time I read through this story,
I know. I'm just like, I don't like it.
Here's the thing: snakes are really common in that area. They once had a 1.8 meter carpet python in the attic, and then a smaller one in a bedside drawer. In the drawer, a closed drawer.
It closed itself in. It's like, I'll just wait here.
If they don't catch me for 7 days, I'm technically a resident and they can't evict me.
If you go on like YouTube, you like Google like Chris Hemsworth house snakes. Anytime there's like some kind of big fucking animal in his house, he's like, "Hold on, let me get the camera," and you're just like, "Good God, move!" Yeah, Malibu's nice. I mean, it's on fire, but at least there aren't snakes. Ooh, fire snakes.
Ooh, fire snakes. That's what happens when I have too much spicy food. Just sit on the toilet with fire snakes.
Fire snakes.
So
what's that rattling? What's that rattling? Oh, bears in the bathroom.
He had a maraca. I don't know. Its tail was still on the pillow, and it was on half the bed head going up the curtains. She felt around. She's like, I don't know. I think it bit me. She looked in the mirror. There's 2 puncture wounds on her forehead. The snake was just chomping on her head while she was asleep.
It's like,
hey, could you not? I'm trying to sleep here.
Hold on. Before I eat you, I'm gonna numb the area. I'm numb.
God damn it, snake! You get the fuck out of here, you fucking snake!
Get the fuck out of here, you weird snake! It's like the one in the drawer. No one invited you.
Even when you're fucking sleeping in Australia, you go outside, the trees are gonna kill you. You go to sleep, a snake will come in and just chew on your fucking head.
Got to worry about bed snakes.
Fuck that. Like, why would you go to Australia? Why would you live in Australia? Why would you do anything in Australia? Fuck that place.
Your mom has a plan.
I don't care.
She has a plan for those snakes.
The poop knife will not work.
We've already established that the poop knife does not work.
Yeah, try to keep up.
And I mean, you'd need a freezer next to your bed anyway. And then you know what happens? You go into the freezer to grab your poop knife. You know what's in that freezer? Ice snake.
Ice snake. Speaking of ice.
I swear, people, I know nothing about these stories before they come here.
What? Look at you just this natural transition. I was like, oh, freezer. What a coincidence. And then you fucking said ice. You ever been to Sonic drive-in?
I think so, yeah.
You ever have a drink from there with the ice?
No.
Okay. Well, apparently the ice.
Sensitive teeth.
Hey, teeth, you little bitches. I bet you can't even play handball that well.
No, I do. Like extreme cold. I don't like it.
Well, apparently you're missing out, and I've never even been to Sonic Drive-In.
People love it. Like people love them.
The ice from it apparently is a whole thing. Because they
like a shaved ice kind of thing. It's like the old 50s drive-in, like we'll put the big ice thing in, and then you see them on diners, drive-ins, and dives all the time.
Well, here's the thing. People love this ice so much that Sonic auctioned off a cup of ice. Just a cup of its ice. From Monday the 14th to Sunday this past week, there was a 44-ounce cup of ice that was up for auction. The highest bidder will receive the prize ice delivered to the front door by their skating car hops. And I want you to guess. There were 66 bids placed until we finally got a winner. What do you think the final price for a 44-ounce cup of Sonic ice sold for?
$700.
No.
Was it right or was it wrong?
It was
I got
wrong.
both.
I hit the wrong number. That so to me as well, but you know.
I was like, that's confusing.
Yeah, there we go. It's a full on blast there.
If I'm on Jeopardy and that happens, I'm like, he's like, you're right and wrong.
Hey, the Emmy screwed it up too, so I could screw up. $11,211.
See, I didn't want to go low. I mean, I didn't want to go too high. I always go too high, and you're like, no, it's like $500.
When have you ever gone so high on something? Like if I bring you something like a cup of Sonic ice, like if it's sold for a couple $100, I wouldn't even give it the time of day. This sold for $11,000
still, because that's dumb. Like that's why I went with $700. Like, okay, $700. That's like the Rock when you with that that rock that you could buy at like Von Maur or something like that. Like,
yeah, well, that was a rock in a designer leather pouch.
Right.
That was exquisite.
I know, but this is apparently really good. Can I don't know what to tell you. $11,000.
Mm-hmm. $11,000, or it could be priceless, like our next story.
But why was it auctioned for that? Like, what was so special about it?
They were doing it for donating the funds to Donors Choose, a longtime nonprofit partner that helps public school teachers in need for resources for their students.
So not even a good reason. All right, cool.
Yeah, just helping public school students. By the way, it is time for our favorite segment on the show. So if you're wearing your headphones, make sure to pull them away from your head a little bit. If you're listening to this in public, make sure you turn it down or you're going to get in trouble because it is time for... Goat news. All those fires going on the West Coast. We have now gotten a group of heroes coming in to help clear out some of the areas in an effort to do some fire prevention. We're talking about a herd of 230 fire preventing goats. Why did I say ghosts?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's because they didn't get it there in time before.
That one chick who marries the pirate ghost is like, that is my type.
230. Oh my.
Oh my.
We're talking about 230 fire preventing goats. They're going to be eating the dry undergrowth in a 14-acre grove in Oregon. Because a lot of the problem they have with this is forest ecologists and wildfire experts have pointed to excess vegetation and undergrowth, often near power lines or among standing timber, as a key potential fuel source for these wildfires. So by removing all this overgrowth in the brush, it's going to reduce the risk or at least minimize the potential spread. So these goats are being driven in by a company called Healing Hooves, an Eastern Washington company that takes the goats across to the Northwest at the request of cities and private landowners. Craig Madsen. Craig Madsen is the guy that's got these goats coming in and preventing these fires.
Are they wearing like fire? Do they like have firefighter costumes?
What would a firefighter costume look like for a goat?
It would be, well, first there's a hat. Gotta have a hat and a face shield.
Okay, now when you're saying this hat, does it go over the horns or are there little cutouts for the horns to stick out?
There are cutouts for the horns.
Okay.
And then he's got a face shield.
Yeah.
And they're wearing raincoats, like flame retardant raincoats. And there's one who just like won't go. They're like, come on, Bob, get out of the truck. And he goes, yeah.
Wow. I don't think you can say that word.
Yeah.
You can't say that. It is 2020. You need to get with the time.
All right, I got to hyphenate. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, that's way better. Goat costs about $800 a day plus a trucking fee. So it's not that bad to take care of a massive area. So Craig, he's been a shepherd for 18 years, ever since giving up an office job with the federal government. You ever just get tired of your 9 to 5 job and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go hang out with goats?
We've got goats. It's kind of like he saw like the alpaca commercial in the middle of the night, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't like those. I'm gonna go with goats." Goats. I ever tell you about the goats that Night Moose met at the St. Louis Zoo?
I think so. Real quick, remind me.
It was it was in the petting zoo, and these goats were just like they stand on picnic tables, and they kind of, there's this one that was just like upset and angry. And I looked at the lady who was in charge of it. Her name was Brittany. I'm like, what is that goat's problem? It's like, well, there was a problem with one of the other goats in the other group. And then the goats had to stay out for another session. And they really don't like to have their routine like messed up. And that one's just letting me know it. And so Steven walks over and he goes, "What's going on with that goat?" I go, "Apparently their routine." I go, "Hold on, I'll translate." Because he's like, "Meh, meh, meh." I'm like, "This is bullshit, Brittany. This is bullshit. I'm not even supposed to be out here right now. I want some grain."
I'm supposed to be playing my Xbox right now. God.
This is stupid.
Wouldn't you know it that from May to October, he drives his herd from one spot to another, living in the back of his truck, which is pretty much just like a little bit of a bed in there. For some reason, his wife chooses to stay home.
Oh, honey, come on.
Nah.
We're going out with the goats. We're going to go out all summer.
I told you I'm not spending another minute in that truck.
Listen, the goats think you don't like them.
I don't like them. I tell them right now, you bring them in here. I don't like you.
Come on in. Mavis, Bob.
Mavis, hate you.
Jordy,
Bob, you suck. Gordy,
Steven,
you're a bitch. Steven, you're gay.
Sheffield,
I hate you.
Laser.
You're lame.
Romulus.
You're dumb.
The rest of them, they got the idea. They don't.
I know there's 232 more of you out there. Here's a message for all of you. Fuck you. Oh. Oh. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he didn't even hyphen it. He's not even parsing his words. He meant it.
That son of a bitch.
Sheldon meant it. Sheldon has anger problems, so I think he kind of got his little PTSD from a fire. So.
Oh no! What happened?
Well, he got caught up. He was clearing the brush,
mm-hmm.
And then a tree fell down.
No,
and it scared him. And from now on, he can't. He walks only backwards.
Oh,
because he's worried about a tree.
So he's always just looking.
Like, what about the tree in front of you? And he says, "Man," and I was like, "Whoa."
I mean, that makes sense, though. Like,
yeah,
on a grand scheme of things.
Yeah, he's just a little worried. He's always worried about falling trees, so he doesn't like to be startled.
You know what's startling?
What?
When people get too into a certain brand and decide to change their lives for it. I'm, of course, talking about Justin and Jordan Garton of Fort Smith. Arkansas natives. They grew up. Here's the thing. Jordan says, "I'm only the third generation on my dad's side to be born in America. I just love Italian food, and growing up in Arkansas, that's pretty much one of the only Italian places that we ever go to." He is, of course, talking about Olive Garden.
Oh, yeah. It's like the Italian Denny's.
Mm-hmm. In 2015, the Gartons purchased a never-ending pasta pass, which was a $100 pass that allowed customers unlimited pasta and soft drinks at their local locations for a limited time. So they went there every day for 6 or 7 weeks to get their money's worth. They said it saved them several $100s when we really needed it. Now here's the thing: Jordan became pregnant with the first child, and they immediately looked to give their daughter a name with Italian origins. Their last name is Garton.
No!
Hold on, Patrick.
No,
you're thinking, did they really name their daughter Olive?
Oh, I thought they named it Chili's.
Damn, that would have been really good.
What'd they name it? Olive Garden. No, Chili's.
No, of course they didn't.
Doesn't make any sense.
They didn't name her Olive Garden. That would be stupid, Patrick. Of course, they named her Olivia Garden.
They named her TGI Fridays Garden.
They named her Long John Silver's Pizza Hut. Yeah, they're like, you know what? Olive Garden, that'd be too on the nose. We can't name her that. That'd be the worst. They're like, she's definitely gonna get bullied. So instead, they went with a name that was completely different. They went with Olivia.
Oh, I thought they went with soup, salad, and breadsticks. It's all hyphenated.
They said they're like, we're able to make the joke, but a little more subtle. A little more subtle.
Dumb.
So now her name is going to be Olivia Garden. But wait, Patrick, it's not done yet.
Yeah.
Her middle name will be Michelle. And you're thinking, why is that weird? Patrick, what are her initials at that point? Say it.
I don't want to say it.
Say it.
OMG.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on there, man. There's not, you got your Olive Garden, and then you got your ruining children's lives.
Jordan Garden
going on in that town.
Jordan Garden said with a laugh, I guess we just have to be one of those #millennial parents.
Oh God. That's
it is terrible, but you know,
I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't hate Olive Garden. I've been there recently.
Yeah.
But like the food has gotten better.
I will tell you this. It has gotten a little better. I remember last week we talked about the whole salt thing. Right. They finally decided to add it. But the last time I was there was for Valentine's Day because we're classy. Mm-hmm. And we're like, fuck it, I don't want to really do anything. It's like, fuck it, let's just go to Olive Garden. Yeah. Like they had the like all you could eat pasta. So it's like, we'll get some pasta to go, and then we'll have pasta for a couple of days.
I don't ever get more than one. I just don't.
Dude, so that's the thing. We got there and like, we had the bread. We're fucking hungry, so we eat the bread. Because we spent all day like at the mall just shopping, hanging out. So we were fucking hungry. We get the bread, we have an appetizer, we get a first round of pasta, and like right when we're getting ready to be done with the first round, we told our waiter, like, hey, give us another round of pasta. Like, I know we're not finished with this one yet, but hook us up with another one. Like, we knew we weren't going to eat it. So we finished the first round, and I was like, I just want to take this home, but I don't want to be like, hey, give me an entire order to go. So I ate like a couple bites out of the next round. So we had these 2 massive containers full of pasta that we got to take home. I was so full. It has now entered our lexicon as being like, listen, I'm full, but I'm not Olive Garden full.
OG full.
I was like, it was just sitting in the car going, just like with the seat back a little bit, just give me like
God.
Give me like 20 minutes and then I'll start driving, okay? I'm not sleeping, I can't move.
I'm the same during like Shrimp Fest or Lobster Fest at fucking Red Lobster. Like they give me the one big thing and then I'm like, all right, I guess.
That's the thing, that you gotta go in with a better attitude. You gotta go in knowing you're gonna be a winner.
Well, I can't put it away like I used to, man. Like
go in there thinking you have to make an arsenal of poop knives when you get home. Don't be a little bitch about it. Don't get to like one of them and have like, I've had biscuits.
Talking to like Battle of Winterfell poop knives, like that many people.
Mm-hmm.
For
the White Walkers are coming, so we need the brown knives. And depending on what you eat, you might have a couple of green knives in there.
What's your favorite thing to get at Olive Garden?
Seconds. I don't have a favorite. It's just like give me more of it.
For a while they did an antipasta salad, which was awesome. Like you can get like salami and cheese and stuff put on it. I'm a big fan of that.
I cannot tell you an item from the menu other than the all-you-can-eat pasta. That's the menu.
I do the seafood pasta. And one of the reasons why I do the seafood pasta, it's like shrimp and scallops and stuff. And one of the reasons why I do the seafood pasta is because it's one of the places that will take the tails off the shrimp.
Oh, that's good.
Don't do that, people. Like any cooks, chefs, whatever. Don't leave the tails on. on a pasta dish. I don't want to stick my fingers into pasta. I want to stab the thing. I want to roll it up with some pasta. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to go around with it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop that. Stop it right now.
Or you could just start eating the shells because it's a really strong binder for blades. Poof Knife Squad.
For life.
Quick update from a story from last week.
Oh.
Of course, we're talking about asbestos, Quebec, Canada.
Better than the restest.
It turns out that, the people don't like the options that they have for names, especially don't like the name Jeffrey, Quebec, Canada.
Oh.
So the town councilor, Caroline Payer, said that it was decided that they were going to take more time to explain the process and possibly expand the list of options before voting begins.
Part of decision making is showing up. You got to vote, people.
She said, people can be scared we're going to forget the past. People can be scared we'll lose our identity. So it's a major process we're living. It's a historical one, too. It's not so often that a municipality changes its name. That, the laugh wasn't in there, but I just felt like, that's such a Caroline laugh.
Tell that to Hitlerberg, Germany.
It's funny you mentioned that because Swastika, New York, sure doesn't want to change their name.
Is that a real place?
Yeah. Swastika, New York.
Lord.
It's a real small thing, but it's a small town in Clinton County. There's a guy that Michael Alcamo. He was just driving through the area, and I came across the nice little small town called Swastika. And he reached out to the Clinton County to see if they'd consider updating the unincorporated area's name. And then
he's not from there?
No.
That is like the height of busybodiness.
Well,
don't you think?
I do think. I think, the people that live there.
I don't think they should have a name like that. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But like,
is that what you're saying?
You even live there, and you're like, your name to your town is wrong, and it's just like, okay, we know, but we're not going to change it now because you asked.
Right. Just specifically because you asked, we aren't going to listen. And that's the thing. They had the four towns councilors voted on it. Like 5 minutes of discussion, they're like, hard pass. They said Swastika was named by the founders of the area who settled there. It was settled sometime in the 1800s, and the name came later. And they say it was derived from the Sanskrit word meaning well-being. Obviously, the whole Hitler thing happened, and some people associate swastika with
for everybody. There he goes again.
Oh, great! Now I have to get this tattoo removed. At first, I just got it. It's like, oh look, it's like it's a symbol for a small city or a small county in New York City.
It depends how it sits. If it's like straight, if it's like tilted bad,
well,
straight.
It's also like if it's one way versus the other. Like if it's open the one way, it's like the Tibetan version, and then like the other way, it's the version. It's the yikes. It's the oh no. It's the I have those neighbors version. So.
One, I'm surprised that it's the first time. Like it's probably not the first time that's come up, but at the same time, the fact that it's some dude who's like, I'm driving through, going, I don't like this.
Yeah, people have tried to change in the past or suggested changing in the past, and they're just like, hard pass. This is our name. The people that live here, they know it's not about that. They know it's about something else, and they're like, listen,
we even fixed the sign. It says, what's it called?
Swastika.
Just swastika.
Swastika.
Swastika. No, not that kind. Trust me, we know. Population.
Like it's a real small town. I mean, like if the name's not hurting anyone that lives there, it's like they're not doing anything malicious. It's like, just leave it alone.
I know, but at what point in time is like enough? You're like, it can't help tourism first and foremost.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of enough being enough, I'm talking about people and their goddamn selfies again. I know we've talked about this in the past. The amount of people taking selfies. Like for 259 people worldwide have died while taking selfies between 2011 and 2017.
My favorite one was what was it, like the pride, like the centuries old vase at like
Oh
the
yeah,
museum.
but I mean they
Oh,
didn't die. They just happened to smash a piece of history
no,
that's.
but it was like, yeah, they should have died.
Well, the reason we're talking about this now is because in London, a woman fell out of her car onto a busy highway while hanging out the passenger window trying to film a video for Snapchat.
That's just Darwinism.
I know. And you think, like, are we really? It's like, do we have to get her? But it does lead me to this wonderful thing of I follow this Instagram account called Influencers in the Wild. It's a strong recommendation from me that people follow it because they have. So when you see these videos of people acting a certain way or pictures of certain things, you're thinking, oh wow, that's an interesting picture. It's whatever. But you have to wonder, how does it look when these people are just out there filming this stuff, that it happens, and like, well, like what happens if you walk around the corner and you just see that happening? We have here the account. I'm gonna show you a few interesting ones, but you can definitely go and check it out on Instagram yourself. So with this one, here's our first one of these the Instagrams in the wild. Yeah, person just posing on some stairs. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got his friend here willing to just film him doing God knows what for some reason. But this is the content that people are making. We have here, you always try to get that beautiful shot in the water. Oh, but it turns out sometimes the water will just take you out. Just bye. Bye, Frank. Have fun not dying.
Right. They made a whole movie about this with Tom Hanks. He didn't survive until he got a raft.
Oh, you're right. The Tom Hanks one? Was it Toy Story?
Yeah.
This one was actually submitted by Tom Hanks, so that's funny that you mentioned that. We have a couple of them, and you're thinking, some of these people, while they're filming this stuff, surely they have to get hurt.
Really powerful thing you can do when you're around the ocean is just ask the ocean to cleanse and
I think the ocean just answered whether or not it would.
It's like, hey, ocean, what you do? Okay, we'll hang out next time.
Okay, bye.
Speaking of K, bye. Oh, hey, Mom. All over my face. Trying to... This is a warning to everyone. When you're trying to throw someone's ashes out somewhere, make sure you're not standing right in the way of the wind. Otherwise, it's going to come right back and hit you in the face.
Nobody's ever seen Big Lebowski.
And no one's ever seen someone do this activity in the bathroom.
Oh my god! What is that?
You ever get this scared of a spider in privacy? This guy did this, got this scared, but was recording it.
Mom!
Parkour.
Yeah, exactly. There's a ton of videos on here, and I highly recommend you guys go through.
Wait, what happens to the second row down in the first one? Did she get hit by a car? Yeah.
No, it's just someone twerking
on a construction site.
On a construction site.
I really wanted like a paver to come through. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I agree. I would love for. I wish all these videos were this good, but you only get some of them. Doing the trend of bouncing a ball and then just biting it.
Oh, this shit! Like
I love all the videos of people trying to do something to make it look real pretty. Like, oh, you got the hair flip. It's so wonderful and majestic. Oh no, what happens when I have to go back down? Yeah, do yourself a favor. Check this one out, because you never know what you're gonna see. People, I got a sweet picture in a tree, and now to get down. Oops. Gave myself the worst wedgie of my life.
And now I'm a pinata.
You ever get bullied by a tree?
Apparently, they could murder you, so she's lucky.
Yeah, that's right. We got these murderous trees out here, and she's up there just trying to climb on them. Like, well, I wonder what's going to happen.
Are those nuns? What is that?
Yeah, this is just nuns hanging out, singing in the water, doing a little dance routine.
Damn, I was hoping like the tide would come in or something.
No, not all of these videos are amazing like that. Some of them are just.
Well, they should be.
Some of them is just got your friend taking a picture of you, and your way of saying thank you is a doink, and then you try to get up and stop, but oh, now you're stuck and on your ass. The greatest is like, have you ever seen? I actually saw someone making a TikTok video. We were driving to go pick up dinner. We're pulling in the parking lot, and there's this girl in an SUV pointed the other way, or pointing out of our parking spot. And we're driving through, and then I just see her, so I slow down. And I'm just staring at her the whole time, and she stops, like looks at her. She stops looking at her phone, looks up and sees me, and I just go, And she starts dying laughing. But it's like when you catch people making these videos, it's a lot of fun. Oh my god! You're trying to do a nice little thing and just oops,
Nope.
Not paying attention to surroundings. That's how expensive vases are destroyed.
My favorite are the videos of people trying to do TikTok dances, and then the person who is behind them knows the TikTok dance and does it behind them with them. And they're just shocked.
Oh, are you talking about this? It's not nearly as good. It's like, oh, they don't actually know it. They're not doing that good, but oh, we're on an escalator in public. Let's go ahead and set up a tripod.
Looks like O'Hare.
Yeah, it's just, we're at an airport. Let's go ahead and inconvenience everyone else's day.
Right.
People are the worst.
Idiots.
Makes you want to blow up the world.
No doubt.
Okay, I won't this time. Ooh, excuse me. Dave Mobley, 2 years ago, gave up his career with the U.S. Postal Service to follow his passion, which is brewing beer. His brewery was called Limitless Brewing, and to his surprise, his wife had to quit her full-time job, or she had to quit her job to be able to help him full-time because their business is booming. And when the pandemic hit, their to-go orders it just increased even more. So they're having this fantastic success, right? Well, it turns out his younger brother and best friend, it's the same person, 10 days before they opened the brewery, his brother committed suicide. So since that has happened, he has done his best to raise money for suicide prevention. That specifically Johnson County Suicide Prevention Coalition, including $5,000 last year. That money goes to fund promotional material, including magnets and coasters with suicide hotlines printed on them that are used at local restaurants and bars. So instead of just the traditional things you see, like the posters up on the wall, but little coasters and everything that you see, like when you go out to eat, and they are upping their efforts to raise money for suicide prevention. They're brewing a limited edition beer called Your Story Is Not Complete. Includes a 24-hour crisis hotline on the back of it, and the beer is available all month with 100% of the proceeds going to the prevention, a program called Sources of Strength. They say it's a program that aims to prevent suicide by harnessing our strengths we all have as humans. When we talk about prevention, we want to start early. They use it in 3 school districts in Johnson County and some private schools. It's for middle and high school students, but the center is also looking at introducing some curriculum for elementary students. Because like with a lot of bullying that goes on nowadays, it's affecting kids that get really young. So it's real important to really reach people that have these issues, reach them early and often, let them know that there's as the beer says, your story is not complete. I mean, it feels like everyone knows someone they've been affected by this, so it's a really good cause. To really go out there and help kids that are in the area, because his brother 10 days before they opened the brewery, and it just completely changed his life for the positive. That, you know, business was booming. His wife was able to quit her job to help there, and then now everything's going great. And the one person he wants to be able to share the success with isn't there. So hopefully, through all the money that they're raising and all the money they will be raising, they can reach other people so that this kind of stuff doesn't happen to other people as well. The beer can be bought at Limitless Brewing in Lenexa. You can also head to the brewery's Facebook page or their website to get more information about it. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah,
I actually have a thing that I want to add. It's a new thing I want to add. It's called "Not Everybody's Stupid."
Oh no.
Yes.
Well, look at that.
It's a new thing that I learned about. It's called Breakthrough Starshot. It's awesome. Breakthrough Starshot is a research and engineering project. Basically, the aspect of, so you know what Voyager is, right? The satellite Voyager.
Oh, I just know Star Trek Voyager.
Okay. Well, about 40 years ago or so, they put a satellite into the, basically shot a satellite going away with like a golden record on it. And that golden record.
Oh, yeah.
Our history. It has like greetings in every language. It has some mathematical properties. It has some music. And it has a lot of stuff. Voyager, unfortunately, can only travel so far. Like or so fast, you know, like it's out there. It's out there far, but they are trying to figure out a way to, they're trying to figure out interstellar flight, and two, they're trying to figure out that next solar system to a place we could potentially go if we ever have to. And the one that they found was Alpha Centauri. They found this about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And there's a place called Proxima Centauri, which is a Earth-like planet with basically in the Goldilocks zone, which is not too hot, not too cold. So they came up with this idea. There's this, basically it's a valley in Chile where, because they need clear skies for it. There's a valley in Chile where there has never been any record of rain. Like it's never rained there.
Really?
It's just this dead area, you know?
Huh.
And what they're going to do is they're going to launch essentially like a mothership thing carrying about 1,000 tiny nano spaceships. And those are moved by like a solar, like kind of like a solar sail. And it's basically light propulsion. So what they're going to do is they're going to make a huge array, and they're going to, because that's why they need clear skies. They're going to make a huge array that comes into like one big, like it's like one big laser pointer.
Yeah.
That will reach all the way to Alpha Centauri. The light will continue. It'll take 20 years to get there. And then then basically what happens is the little nano ships is basically a thing called a star chip. Cool. You're just going to say a star chip is a very small centimeter size grand scale interstellar spacecraft. And what they're going to do is it's going to send back all the information about it. And it takes about 4 years to come back. It's awesome. It's going to, each star chip nanocraft is to carry a miniaturized camera, navigation gear, communication, photon thrusters, and a power supply, a nuclear power supply, fitted with a thin meter scale light sail made of lightweight materials. Why do they have to send thousands? Because there's a lot of crap in space, and most of them will not make it.
That is cool, though.
That is awesome. So not everybody's stupid. I think the biggest takeaway for me from that was there is a place on Earth where it has just not rained.
That is crazy. How do they know that it's never rained there?
There's just no record of rain. Like nobody's ever been like, oh, look, it rained that day. You know, it's just, where is it? It's the Atacama Desert.
Oh, see, I was gonna say it sounds like the Atacama Desert.
Right. The driest place on Earth is covered in pink flowers, it says.
You said pink flowers or pig flowers?
Pink flowers.
Interesting. Well,
so cool. So cool. And not everyone's stupid.
Not everyone's stupid.
Thing. So that's going to do it for this week. Where can they find us online?
You can find us individually on Twitter at PatrickNewsom42,
That's me.
at Hunger is a Bear. That's me. You follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMPE. You find this podcast at Stupid Tweeting. You can also find this podcast. The video versions are on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our other content on our Facebook and YouTube. Just search for Stupids Talking Stupid. You can find the audio version of this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, any other podcast application that you can download on your telephone communication device. And if you do download it somewhere, if you could please rate and review, it helps us out greatly. If you leave a 5-star review, I'm going to go ahead and just show this version of Patrick for every episode. 5-star reviews is this Patrick. Anything else is you have to see his dumb face. So please do a lot of 5-star reviews so we don't have to be subjected to it. You can find this podcast at stupidstalkingstupid.com. On there we have our store. You can buy all kinds of fun stuff, t-shirts, leggings, masks, stickers, all good stuff. And that'll be that for the oh, there he is again. Here we go. Real version of Patrick.
So that's going to do it for this week. For Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.